Aquarius, my friends, welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. This is going to be a general tarot reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome, guys. Happy to have you. As always, use your own discretion, your discernment, your intuition to separate messages that you feel are meant for you and those that are not. You may release the ones that are not, okay? Ooh, something needs to be released. Yeah, okay, you need to, get the hell out of Dodge. That's sort of what I'm getting, especially from a job where you're a phone operator or you spend all day on the phone. That could even just be saying, essentially, get off your phone, like you may be becoming too reliant on technology, almost like addicted to it. It's killing your mental stimulus. If you feel exhausted and you're like, I don't know why, I'm eating right, I'm getting enough sleep, although some of you are not getting enough sleep, some of you are exhausted all the time, you're spending too much time on your phone. It's like something about media or technology, there's an overconsumption, and universe is like, stop. I don't mean to hit you with the hard messages first, but that to me is very clear. Others of you may be going through a difficult ending, whether it's a job or a relationship. The good news is you're headed towards something very soon after or very quickly. Eight of Wands always indicates swift and rapid action. I'm almost getting close it up. So some of you will actually choose to leave on your own accord if you're at a job that is it's mind-numbingly boring or even stressful. It's almost like it's funny, this came out in Sagittarius' reading too. It's like you quit the day of. It's like, I don't know if you don't even give notice or you give notice, but it's like hours before you walk out the door or even like the moment of. There's something about you are just done, and again, universe is like, get out of there. Like, get out of there. I don't think you're in danger of your physical safety. I would argue possibly your mental health is a huge factor in this. But I'm not getting anything like a physical altercation, and I obviously wouldn't endorse that anyway. But here we go. So what are they moving towards? Let's spin it positive now. I gave you the heavy one. Here we go. Aquarius, what are they headed towards? The devil. Maybe a Capricorn, though. That's not always a bad card. In fact, how kind of adorable is this devil? I have to be honest, this is the funniest devil card I think I've ever seen. It actually makes me giggle and smile. So for me as a reader, this is not the worst card. Some of you're just choosing to hang out more with a Capricorn. Okay, and quite literally, some of you are getting more amped up to be more active, to work your body out, to participate in sports and clubs and activities, right? The hockey player, very Aquarian-esque things. It doesn't have to be hockey, but it's almost like you're putting yourself in a situation where there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of excitement. It's literally the exact opposite of whatever this was. It was just a buzzkill. At best, it was a buzzkill. At worst, it was really contributing to a lot of anxiety, depression, mental health. The good news is it's like you already have an exit strategy planned, or I'm just going to say it, I don't do fear-based readings, but the universe orchestrates something so that you have no choice but to leave, and what you're headed towards is better. It's like literally you're getting your mental sanity back. This guy looks like he's been put through the ringer, and he's like, oh my God, like he's lost in a daze. He's forgotten what it's like to have fun. So it's like you put yourself back in a advantageous position to take better care of your health, your body, especially your physical health. Physical activity is very good for you right now. Tell me about the Capricorn. Yeah, I can't neglect. There's definitely a Capricorn in the mix for some of you. Knight of Wands. Got that big dick energy. Just kidding. That was inappropriate. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, they're attracted to you. If you're dating a Capricorn or you're looking to hang out with one, for a lot of you, it does feel very sexually driven, but it doesn't have to be. More or less, though, the Knight of Wands is kind of like the Casanova of the deck. So I'll say it this way, especially if you're dealing with a male Capricorn, and that doesn't surprise me. Male Capricorns. Whew. I actually love them. I'm not hating on them, but yeah, like they want to hit it. They want to hit it with you, Aquarius. Others of you, you're just moving towards something that you're very passionate about. You're moving towards something that lights your fire, right? It's almost like, if we're going to remove the sexual metaphors, though that's very much here, I just have to tell you. If we're going to strip it down, again, strip it down. I'm a comedian over here. Sorry. It's almost like what arouses you, but it doesn't have to be a person. You're moving towards something that you feel physical excitement for versus, again, just this banal whatever that is. It's a nuisance. You have no room for that in your life anymore. You need to go towards things that you're passionate and excited about. Again, sports and athletics are coming through for a lot of you. I don't know if you're going to join a gym or you're going to take up jogging or join some team, maybe if it's safe to do so, right, with a lot of vaccines and stuff coming out. Not taking a political stance there. I'm just saying for some of you, if that makes sense, right? I myself am pro-vaccine, but that's neither here nor there. So here we go. What is this about? Oh my gosh, yeah. A lot of physical movement. Some of you are going to try dancing. Some of you are going to take up some sort of wacky skill or hobby like juggling. All right, let's wrap this message up, because ultimately that's the message. Something is killing you and crushing you and killing any sense of fun and optimism and joy. You are out of there and you are embracing this new chapter of fun and being silly. Some of you may even want to be like a stand-up comedian or be writing something that is very, this is so Aquarian to me. It's very witty. It's very tongue-in-cheek. I don't know if you're writing like a memoir or like a blog post. There's something about the writing. You're using these very specific words, but they're biting. It's delivered in a way that's almost like easy. I don't know if it's easily digestible, but there's a tremendous amount of humor interjected. But okay, it's dry humor. That's how I would say it. And yeah, it's like you have a great way with words. That's what this night of communication essentially is, where your words take people places. Your words, so again, storytellers, authors, filmmakers, your words inspire people to like go on some sort of adventure, but it's almost like a mental adventure. You take them through this realm with your speech, with your words, with your writing. You change their mind, you change their perspective on something. Okay, interesting. It may even be something political, right? Everything comes out of my mouth for a reason, I think, in these readings, as silly as they sound sometimes. Someone who's on the fence about some sort of issue, and I am almost getting something political, or I don't know, something they have a pretty firm stance in. You publish some article, or maybe you just have a conversation. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn who's very, very traditional, very old school, very conservative, very stuck in their way, right? Maybe you are. Maybe you shine light on something. You offer insight or guidance where it's like, I actually never thought about that. But they're like, yeah, you're kind of right. I don't know why this is coming up in your weekly reading, but I mean, I kind of dig it. This is a great energy, Capricorn. I didn't mean to call you Capricorn. Aquarius, do some of you have a Capricorn in your chart, maybe? Don't be offended. I did the exact same thing to Libra. I kept calling them Scorpio. It's because you got a Capricorn card, right? I know who you are. I love my Aquarians. I love each and every one of you. All right, let's wrap this one up. Yeah, look at this. Some of you are going to be singers. Something very powerful about your speech, your voice. It could even have to do with sound therapy. Some of you may even do something on a podcast or on a radio where you're literally speaking into a microphone, something on YouTube. Some of you are going to be great artists or musicians, and that's even in a lesser, like let's not make it like a political platform, though it certainly could be. It's almost like your music inspires others to go out and do something great with their life. What's also inspiring, you may be writing a self-help book, and you may be reflecting back on a time where it felt like life was crushing you. You may be using your words and explaining how you removed yourself from a very dark situation and how you're thriving now. So other people who are very contemplative and in a similar state, you're inspiring them again with your talents, your words, your viewpoint, your perspective. You're motivating other people to follow in your footsteps. That is such an Aquarian message. It's like you guys are the trailblazers. You guys are the... there's a lot of foresight, almost futuristic thinking. Some of you, this is going to be very profound. This could be a huge career move. Others of you, this is a simple hobby. And maybe because it comes very simply to you, you don't fully appreciate just how profound it is. So if any of that makes sense, spend more time doing that thing that you just enjoy, even if you're just doing it to be silly. This almost has the vibe to it. It's like you post this ridiculous GIF that maybe you made yourself and it goes viral. Like it has this... almost like this throwaway thing to it for you, but to other people, it's like profound. It's like they're trying to dissect it and understand how you did it. Anything creative or artistic, or again, a lot of writing stuff. And for some of you, there is a really like a heavy importance on athletics or athletic ability, or maybe you're going to be train people like an athletic coach. I don't know what that is, but the cool news is that when you reach the lowest of lows, that's when you actually start to soar. You move away, and I mean soar like with your wings, right? You move away from a situation that was really keeping you down, and it's like you're the success story. I know I'm hyping this up, but just to express sort of what I'm feeling, it's like you're the Cinderella story. You're the person who defied the odds. You're the person who did it, and that's why there's a lot of public interest in you. You may be getting interviewed for something because it's like, well, how did you do it, Aquarius? Tell us. What's your secret? And that's the funny part is you're like, what secret? Like, I just did the thing, and then everybody thought I was the greatest thing on earth because of it. This is cute. All right, let's do one more message for Aquarius. I dig that. That's such a cool message. Love it. I'm wanting to say Libra and Capricorn may factor into this. Some of you, your voice, it's like you have a very unusual singing voice, or there's something about your dialogue or your speech. You may speak with a very thick accent, and there's something about it. It's like people can't get enough of it. They're fascinated by you. Again, Aquarium, there's something very unique or different or innovative, and it's like I just keep getting people want to know, how did you do it? What's your secret? What's your secret? What is your secret, Aquarius? Let us know in the comment box below. I'm kidding. Okay, here we go. One more message, completely new message. Let's tap into some new Aquarian energy or connect with a different group. Completely new. What other message can I give them? Aquarius. Chariot. Some of you are going to finally express something to someone who you feel like they took advantage of you, or and just to be clear, I'm not necessarily indicating like, I don't know, like I like almost like sexual assault. It's not that. For some reason, I feel like somebody's mind went there, and I mean, it doesn't mean you can't, but I guess just be really safe about it. This feels more like a business partnership where someone pulled a trick on you, and it's almost like, I think you dealt with it in a way where you put a lot of faith and trust in karma, and you were able to walk away from it for a period of time. But there's some new like revelation you have, and you're like, you know what? I need to make it right for my peace of mind. It's like, I think by just walking away, in a sense, over time, you felt like you were enabling that behavior to continue. So it's almost like you're going back to nip it in the bud to make sure that person knows that it wasn't right. This very much has like this, I'm hearing the word diplomatic, but I'm not really sure that that's appropriate, but I heard it. So anyway, but it does have a very Libra karmic justice thing, but only you're taking justice into your own hands. And if this might not be something personal, you may be going on behalf of someone else to express a grievance. It could be a best friend, it could be an ex, it could be a family member. And again, it might be your situation, but there's something about, I need to go and make it right. Because just walking away isn't enough. And again, I want to be very clear, I'm not indicating there's like a physical altercation, like I'm going to, fucking pop them in the face. It's not that. It's like, again, it's done with the power of your words. And for some of you, if it's not a conversation in person, it has to do with writing a strongly worded email, but honestly, though, like filing a letter of complaint or expressing in some sense, whether it's written or verbal, a grievance you have, and like almost not requesting, demanding that action be taken to make this right, to level out the scales. It may involve a Cancer, but you might be fighting on behalf of a Cancer. This could also have to do with a medical lawsuit. Yeah, you were dealing with someone who's like a shyster. I don't like this card. This is like, I actually love this card because I think it beautifully depicts like this Five of Swords energy, but I don't like the energy. So I don't think this is you unless this is a cross-watcher reading, but like this person is shady as fuck. Like Marilyn Manson vibes, like mind control, very manipulative. I don't like it. But the cool thing is there's closure. You go back to get closure on something, or I'm even going to offer this. You may give someone closure that they never had. Like, this message keeps coming up too, sort of in line with Sagittarius. You may have gotten word about something that was so shocking or revelatory, it completely changed your mind about this person and their motives or this job or this project or this situation where you were just like, oh shit, like I'm done. Like almost like repulsion, disgust at what somebody did, and you walked away. But that's what I mean. In time, you're like, that's not enough. Like, I don't really think it comes from a place of being childish or needing to get back at them or prove them wrong, but more or less that is what's happening. So I almost think you're doing it in a high vibe way, whatever the situation is, if that's possible. But there's closure, and I have to say, I think it's necessary. I think that by this is what it is. By letting someone off the hook so easily, it doesn't sit right with you. It wasn't enough to just walk away and not tell them why. And it has nothing to do with satisfying them. It has to do with making it right in your own heart. Trusting your intuition that there's, And please do trust your intuition above me, above this reading. But a lot of you, it feels like your intuition is calling you back to something to make it right. And I'm almost wanting to say settle the score. But again, you're doing it in a very even-keeled, balanced way. You're bringing justice to a situation. So for some of you, this does involve a court case. It may involve something with a Cancer, whether it's negative or positive, or possibly a Capricorn. Or a Sagittarius. And from this closure, what does that open the door to? Education? Does that make sense for anyone? I don't know what that is. Some of you, it may have been a third-party situation, and instead of confronting this person, you just packed up your shit and left. That was a huge storyline in the Sagittarius reading. It could have been something similar, like you found like someone was up to no good, and you were just like, I'm done. I don't even want to acknowledge them. That's how much they let you down. And again, it's the same thing. It's like, they need to know. Some of you are just going to write them a letter. Okay, some of you are also going to counseling to deal with this, depending on the level of severity. This could have been something that transpired as a child. And so it's not that you're confronting that person directly, but I think a lot of you are being encouraged to use creative writing to express your grievance and essentially to make peace with it, to find closure in the situation on your own, because some of you won't have the opportunity to speak to that person. It's, a lot of you, too, this may have to do with a parent who has since passed away, and years ago, right? I don't ever predict death, but it could be that you're going through a lot of awakenings about like childhood traumas, and so you're never going to get to tell your dad that, you know, he was a cheating bastard, but essentially you're trying to make peace with it in your own life in a more therapeutic way. And that may have to do with a Cancer or a mother, for that matter. It levels out your scale. Six of Pentacles. It brings you internal balance and harmony. It gets you grounded again. And it may also usher in a new chapter for really good partnership. Something about, there could be a reconnection with a Gemini. There could also be, you could have been dealing with a trickster Gemini too. There might be two in the mix, right? Maybe there's an evil one and a good one, the twins, right? Others of you, it has to do with strengthening a relationship or a partnership. And this may also have to do with you fighting on behalf of someone else, being the voice for someone who has been silenced. It brings a connection, a fondness, a partnership, a strength, a friendship back together. And for some of you, it's romantic, and for some of you, it's just not, but it's still a beautiful collaboration, or a beautiful, there's like a loyalty. That's the word I'm looking for. Kick-ass, Aquarius. What an unusual message, but I dig it. It actually seems really good. That's what I got for you. So if you have made it this far, please remember to smash the like button. I would really appreciate it. It really does help my channel and my analytics. It's not my ego, I promise. It lets YouTube know that you guys like these videos and you want to see more of them. So if that's the case, like button, hit it for me. Other than that, thank you for showing up. I really do appreciate that. And that's most important to me, just people showing up to my channel, being loyal followers. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. You know who you are. My loyal subs, my Aquarian gang has got me. So anyway, on that note, I will see you next Thursday for more tarot readings. Bye, Aquarius.